So guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to dress up the zip flap and to put the zip. We're done with the pockets. They're looking beautiful. We've already gone ahead to add the lining piece, and then you're just going to get the piece, no exact measurement, you just need it to be larger than the zip flap itself. Then you're going to place that piece on top of the lining piece, and you're going to run a stitch joining the lining piece and the main fabric together. So you're just going to run a stitch down like that to close it up. In fact, what you're doing is you are attaching, you're just closing up. Now you turn it on the other side, on the right side, and then you make a first fold and you make another fold, a second fold, maybe even the third fold. All we're trying to do is to run a stitch, and no open edge will be showing that way on the other side of the zip flap. Remember, we're dressing it for a neat work. We want that when our trouser is looked upon inside, you don't see anywhere. So I'm going to fold on the other side as well, you see, and I'm going to stitch it. It all depends on you how long. That's why the piece you're cutting to dress your zip flap should be longer than the zip flap, especially on the left side. You get? Now you're going to bring in the other side of the fabric because it's time to add the zip. So you're going to join the two front sides, the left and the right front side, and you're going to join it with 1/2 inch up to where the zip flap ends. You see, you join it up to where the zip flap ends, and then you cut it. That's where you end it. Then from there you bring in your zipper. Look at what I'm going to do. I'm starting with the right side. You bring in your zip, you determine how long you want it to be, you place it, and then you fold it inside. Please just watch carefully what I'm doing. There's no protocol to this, it's not difficult. Now I'm going to stitch on top of the fabric with the zip being in between the main fabric and the zipper and the zip flap. Are you understanding? The zip, I've placed the zip in between the main fabric, the pant itself, and the zip flap, which is under. Now I'm going to bring the other side, which is the left side, and I'm going to fold it, making sure it overlaps on top of the zip, covering up the zip. Remember that we are going to hide the zip inside the zip flap. So at this point I'm going to be bringing in pins so that I can pin it to stay in place. I need it to cover up the left side, so I will just stitch it carefully like that, and then I will turn over to the wrong side, and that's where I'll be attaching the left side of the zipper. So I will then hold the zip flap alone, the zip flap, not the whole pant, and I'm going to run a stitch joining it together with the zipper. So when I'm done doing that, you see, I'm not going to go ahead to run a stitch determining my zip flap. So I'm just picking my chalk to just, it all depends on you, right? So you can go down by 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches. Those 7 inches will be too long, maybe for an adult, but you see, that's how I determine my zip flap to be. You can just draw it round and come and curve it to where there is a join. And you see, very simple, and your zipper is well placed, neat and clean. Now you're going to turn over. Make sure it overlaps as you run a stitch. You're going to turn over to the long side. You see how neat it is. Now we want to cover up so that no join is seen at all. So you hold it this way and then you run a stitch. Please, I don't want the video to be too long. That's why I'm fastening it. But you can just watch it like twice and you get what's happening. And there you go. We have our pant very neat in the inside and outside. Look at that. So what you have to do now is to take this pant to the ironing table and give it a good press. Look at it, very neat, very neat inside, and just give it a good press on that zipper to lie flat. Thank you for watching.